Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Oblong Polka Dots and my name is Kerr, and on this channel we talk about makeup, skincare, and beauty. So if that's something you're into, you've come to the right place. First, I would like to acknowledge all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining us here on Oblong Polka Dots. I'm glad to have you and look forward to hanging out with you guys. Also, can we just talk about the fact that I really need to start narrowing down my eyeshadow palettes. I want to turn my collection over because I have a lot of palettes that I've had forever. And also I would like to have a collection that's a little more curated. So every palette in this box is one that I have filmed with, and I've filmed looks with every one of these palettes. I have another 2 boxes, same size, and other palettes everywhere. The point is, I really need to start narrowing down my collection. So today I thought it would be good. Should have had my act together first, huh? Oh, train wreck. So I have a box here, and I thought it would be good to just start going through and, you know, getting rid of more palettes. I guess that's the takeaway. I have so many palettes that are so similar, right? They're just like the same colors over and over again. Different formulas are slightly different, and I love most of them, if not all of them, but I can't keep palettes and keep buying palettes. Like I have to let some go so I can get some more. So I'm just gonna have to go through this with you guys. The palettes that I bought recently, obviously I'm not getting rid of those. So here's one of them, the Tres Luce La Flor de Mexico. This is such a beautiful palette. I did a look with all of them, like I mentioned, and this one is really gorgeous. I do like the formula. And I just have only had a chance to do one look. So I think that for this one, I'm going to keep it because I want to play with it some more. This one I waited forever to buy. It finally went on sale and I bought it. So I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. But this is the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties. And there's 2 colors that arrived broken. You can see those. And it's just a really beautiful palette. I just love it. I really like the color story. It's very grungy. It's purple. I love purple on my lid. So despite the fact that there are broken shadows in here, I'm going to keep it because I really like the palette. For my Oma palette, I had no idea how much I was going to love this. I'm so happy that I purchased this palette, you guys. It is going to, I'm about to ride this palette till the wheels fall off. I know I am. This is my kind of palette. Look. Tell me it's not. Look at all those pinks. Are you seeing this? And the shimmers on the top? Get out of here. Get out of here. Yes, absolutely I'm keeping this palette. I love it. I love it more than the 2 I just showed you. So there you go. If I had to pick between the 3, this is the one that I would be keeping. But I'm keeping all 3 for now. All right, so I'm also going to, like I said, let's just get through this, shall we? Because, you know, here are a series of palettes I've had forever, and only recently did I do looks with them. So one of them is from ColourPop. It's called Ticket to Dreamland. These are all really, really old. I mean, this is like when they first began making palettes. And as much as I want to be a collector, and sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle here, you guys. As much as I would like to be a collector and keep things, I can't keep stuff like this. Like, I can't. So this is going to have to go to a new home. And yeah, somebody will love it. And same goes for this one. It's so cute. It's the Disney Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas palette from ColourPop. It's adorable, but again, I can't keep collecting palettes. So, as cute as it is, and it is cute, I'm gonna have to send this to a new home. So that one's going. There's gonna be a lot of ColourPop palettes that are going, you guys. I'm just pointing it out. This one is called Sonic Bloom, and it has that really beautiful embossing. And this is what the palette looks like. No mirror for this one. This is one of their first palettes that they put together. But again, I don't need it. I'm getting rid of it. Like I said, we're just going to get through this. This is the Rendezvous palette. Same thing, no mirror. It's one of the first palettes from ColourPop that ever came out. And this one also is going to go. This one is the Witchy Hour from Hocus Pocus. And this is another collaboration with Disney. And that's what the palette looks like. This one I think I'm going to keep because I really like this color story. Can you see that? I really like this color story. There's something about it. So I'm keeping this one. This one I'm also going to keep. This is the ColourPop Or Kid You Not, one of their 9-pan palettes. They do these so well. I really like the formulas that come in these palettes. And obviously purple is one of my favorite colors, so this will still get some use, so I'm going to keep it. This one I'm also keeping. It's called Wild Child from ColourPop. And it's just a beautiful series of browns. And I wear neutrals constantly. And I really like this formula. So you're going to make it this round. You get to stay. This one is the That's Taupe palette. I don't have a lot of cool tone palettes. And this is one of their first ones. There's no mirror. And although the colors are beautiful and they work well, I'm getting rid of this because I'm not going to reach for this nearly as frequently as I would a warmer toned palette. So this is going to have to go to a new home. Mind you, I'm not getting rid of palettes because I don't love them. I'm not going to use them. I will reach for something else before I reach for that one. So that means it has to go. This one is The Mandalorian. I'm keeping this one for now just for the sake of nostalgia because I love Star Wars and I was excited when this palette came out. It does have a mirror. It's one of the newer ones. So yeah, keeping this one for now. This next one is called Charm School from ColourPop as well. No mirror. It's one of their first ones. I'm going to get rid of this one. It's a nice palette, but I just don't think that I would reach for it. It's got a mix of cool and warm tones, and I already have plenty of warm tones, so this one is going to go. I have the Lock It Down palette from ColourPop. It also does not have a mirror. This one is a purple color story, but I'm not going to keep it because I would reach for other palettes over this one. As a matter of fact, you'll see one of them here coming up. And next we have the Lucky Penny palette. I've used this a lot. I'm keeping it, but I will show it to you. This is another one of those 9-pan palettes that they came out with the hard case. I love this palette. Like I said, I've used it a ton. You can already see I've got a dent going in this shadow right here and then that one right there. So it's keeping it. This one is the Wine and Only. It's a purple. I love this color story also. And I feel like I should keep either this one or the Or Kid You Not, but not both. So let's take a look. Let's compare the two. Also, you guys know I have a family and they make a ton of rackets. So if you hear a lot of noise, that's what that is. So this is the Or Kid You Not, and this is the Wine and Only. And you can see that this one is a lot more red and burgundy, and this one is more purple. So I think between the two of them, it's hard to compare because they really are a different color story. But if I had to pick one, which I will, I'm going to stick with the Or Kid You Not, and I'm going to declutter the Wine and Only because I have other palettes that have a few shadows that are like these. And if I truly want to make a burgundy look, I can. So this one's going to go. Wow, this is happening way easier and way faster than I thought it would. This is the Ooh La La palette from ColourPop, another one of these cute little 9-pan palettes. And this has a beautiful pink color story with a really nice gold shade right here. When I bought this palette, when I first used it, I dropped it. I'm so upset because I had to take all the colors and put them back in it. I couldn't figure out what to do. It was very disappointing. Let me tell you why, though, I'm going to get rid of this palette. I have the Morphe, I cannot remember. I think it's the I'm looking up there because it's up there. I think it's the 35T. I have the Morphe 35T palette, and I'm telling you, it's got all these colors and then some. I don't need two pink palettes floating around like that, so I'm getting rid of this one. I can't believe I'm saying that. That's like, wow, I'm shocking even myself, you guys. I have another purple palette here. This one is called It's My Pleasure, also from ColourPop. Here's the story. And I don't know if I can get rid of this. I'm going to be completely honest. It may seem redundant, and it may actually be redundant, but I don't think I can get rid of this. This palette is so beautiful, and yet I'm looking at it and I know I have at least these colors here, this one possibly. I know that I have these colors in other palettes. I know I do. And yet here I am. I can't. I'm keeping it. I know. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm not asking you to believe that there's any rhyme or reason to any of this. It's just gonna happen that way. So yeah. All right, what else do we have in here? Oh man. Let's see. Oops. All right, so let's start with this one. I use this palette from Black Opal. It's not my favorite formula. It's very dry. Also, the shadows, they will fall out, so you have to be super duper careful. Or it's going to be like a whole situation, like it's happening right now. So I'm getting rid of this one. And I just made a mess, so let me clean my hand really quick. And then ditto for the other one. It's the formula that I don't like. The color stories are really pretty, but these palettes, I don't much care for the formula. I haven't even opened this one. I haven't opened this. I haven't used it. I'm not going to use it because based on the other palette, I don't care for the formula. Now this one, I'm keeping. No, I have not made a look with it yet, but I have the other one, the other small 3-pan one. It might be in this box. I don't know where it is. I love that one. I'm keeping this one. This is from Morphe. And I know it seems super duper simple, but you can make some killer looks with these little tiny palettes. So keeping it. Let's see. Next we have, it's a lot of stuff here. So why don't we go through these really quick because I know I'm keeping these. I just got this one. It's the CoverGirl Clean Color Clean and Fresh palette, one of these little ones. And it's not even open yet, but I'm keeping it because I'm going to use it. So you'll see this in an upcoming video. And then this one I have used and I liked it. I couldn't believe it. It's the LA Girl 4Play eyeshadow palette. This one is in Seduce. And let's see. Open that for you so you can see it. It's just a really simple palette. It's very simple, but it's also very effective. And I did like the formula. However, I feel like I have this palette 44,000 times over in all of my other 12 million palettes. So even though I really like this one a lot and I feel like it's easy to travel with and use, and I do like the formula, I used it, I loved it, I'm going to go ahead and pass this along to someone else. All right, we have, this was a repurchase. I've had this palette, I think twice before, and now I'm having it again for the 3rd time. And I haven't used the new version of it yet, the newer one, this one. And for now, I think I'm going to keep it. I don't know why I keep buying it and decluttering it. It's almost because I feel like I don't reach for it enough, but I don't know. We're going to keep it this time. Maybe it'll get the axe next time. This is a new palette. It's from Juvia's Place. It's called the Coffee Shop. And the other one, I'm sorry, I didn't even say anything about the other one. This one is the Nubian by Juvia's Place. It's her first palette that she came out with. But this one is called the Coffee Shop. It's one of her recent releases. And I did a look on using this palette, and I liked the formula, and I liked the colors. So there you go. I think I did a look. Pretty sure I did a look with this palette, you guys. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm going to have to go back and check. If I didn't do a look with this palette, you're going to see this palette in a video. Promise. I'm getting senile. That's the bottom line, isn't it? Okay, so I have some newer palettes from MAC, which is fantastic to even say out loud. I love that. It makes me happy. This one is the Connect in Color eyeshadow palette in Rose Lens. I just did a video on this. It should be up right now, as a matter of fact. This is what the palette looks like. These are all existing colors. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you being serious right now? Girl, put a dent in it? I better be careful. Can you see that right here? Probably not. I think it's washed out. It's washed out on camera, so you don't get to see my crazy. Anyways, oh, there it is. There it is. I'm keeping this. I love it. The shadows, like I said before, they are existing shadows. They're not part of a new collection. They just took them and just put them into this format, and they did a really good job. MAC was always one of my favorite brands, and I'm really glad to see that they're making a comeback or having a resurgence. So, and the packaging's really beautiful. Ditto for the other one that I grabbed from them. It's from the same line. And this one is called Embedded in Burgundy. And you can just see the packaging is really pretty. And I did film a look with this one as well. This one also should be up. And I love it. I love the formula. I love the shadows. These are shadows that I'll reach for repeatedly. They're just easy to work with. Ditto. These are from Lorac. I love the Lorac formula. I think it's fantastic. These are the Mini Pro palettes. This one is called Frosted Sequoia. And this poor, can you see this, you guys? This poor little palette has been the heck and back. It is toe up. Look at this. It is just a mess. I am bound to hit pan on at least 4 of these colors, you guys. Clearly, I love this little palette so much. Obviously, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. And the other one, the Mystic Oak, I think has had an equal amount of love. Oh no, not as much. I'm sorry. Probably because this is more of a cooler tone palette, but I have used this one. So what I'm going to do is I'll keep the Frosted Sequoia and I will get rid of the Mystic Oak. Somebody else will probably show some love to this little palette. Yeah, Lorac makes some of my favorite shadows. They're matte shadows. It's just the best formula. And I'm sorry that all this racket is going on, but my room is really warm. And yeah, I have to have the window open. This is the Petit Pro palette. It's from Viseart. And this one is the Petit Pro 2. And it looks like this. I just bought 3 more of these recently, so you'll see them in upcoming videos. But this is what the palette looks like. I'll take the plastic off. And I don't know why my light keeps like going bright and dark like that. I have no idea. Let's see if we can fix that. Don't know. Anyways, this is what the palette looks like. And I really love the Viseart formula. It's so easy to work with. It's beautiful. Lots of pigmentation, plenty of slip. And their mattes are probably the best mattes aside from Lorac that I've ever used. So yeah, keeping this. I love these small palettes. Speaking of small palettes, I have like 10 million of them here. So let's just begin. Actually, let's look at this really quick. This is the Jungle Lights palette. I just bought this a few months ago. It's from, what is this brand? Flower Beauty. And I'm keeping it. This palette, if you guys don't have this palette, you need to buy it. These are all the toppers you're going to need. I bought the other one too. I don't know where it is. But yeah. Can you see that? This formula is ridiculous. You want a foiled look, honey? This is it right here. Right here. And they were $19.99. And this is another palette I'm going to ride until the wheels fall off. Because you can mix and match it with plenty of other looks. I love these little quads. They are fantastic, but I cannot keep all of these. So we're going to talk about them in a second. First, I'm going to show you this Pat McGrath Labs little mini palette that I just got during the Sephora spring sale. This one is called Sublime Smoke Mini, and it comes with a little mirror. And these are all existing shades that are part of her line, and I love it. It's perfect. It's just the right size for travel. The pans are small, but they are big enough for you to get your brush in there and make your look. I really like this little palette. I think they retail for $29. Don't quote me, but I think that's right. And I believe that it's worth the price. I really, really do. I'm so glad I picked this up. And yeah, I'll be using that one a lot too. When this one finally dies, it's the Pat McGrath that's going to take its place. Okay, so let's go through all these little quads that I have from ColourPop. I cannot keep all of these, you guys, because I already have so many palettes that already have all these colors. And as much as I love these formulas, like the formula in the little quads, I can't keep these all. So we're just going to have to be a little bit cutthroat here. The first one is the Star Fruity. I just did a video on this. I do like all of these. To clarify, I love the formula. I think they all work really well together. But again, I can't keep them all. It's loud out there. I don't have a palette that's like this. I cannot think of one in my collection that would be able to really replace this at this point. So I'm keeping this one. I know, surprised you, didn't I? But for some of these, I definitely can replace them. So this one is called Mocktail. Again, I love these so much because they're so easy to use. But I have these colors. I have them. I know I do. So I'm going to have to get rid of this one. It'll go to a new home. Somebody else is going to fall in love with it just like I have. Same thing with this one. This is an Emerald Away. I did not get that much use out of this palette. This is the only one with the formula that I felt was a little bit tough to work with. The shimmers were okay. It's the mattes that I just had a lot of challenge with. So this is going to have to go to a new home, and maybe somebody else would be more patient to work with it. This one again is very similar to the other one. It's called Shell Bound. And you can see what I mean. You can see a theme here, how all my palettes are the same. So this one is also going to a new home. That was Shell Bound. This one is called All That Topaz. Again, I know I have these colors in at least 20 or 30 other palettes. So this one is also going to a new home. This is turning out to be easier than I thought, you guys. This one is called Never Tore Us Apart. And already I feel like I'm going to have to eat my words because the Star Fruity and the Never Tore Us Apart are quite similar. They're not exact, but they are similar enough that I can get rid of one. I'm going to get rid of the Star Fruity, this one, and I'm going to keep the Never Tore Us Apart for no other reason than the fact that it's broken. And I don't necessarily want to rehome something that is tore up. So we'll set that to the side. I might end up just throwing it away. This one, another purple palette. Wow, who's surprised? This one is called Gotta Agate. I got a lot of use out of this palette. I really, really loved it. I used it a ton. I took this with me on several different trips, but it does have to go because I already have these colors. I know I do. And you know I do because you've already seen them. I also have the Bold and the Aries. This palette is more burgundy, pink, red. Again, I'm just going to get rid of this one. Somebody else will love it more than I do. This one is the Down to Earth Pressed Powder palette, and it's all mattes. I think this is the only one in that whole series that they made all matte. So I'm keeping this one. This one stays. This one is Head Capricorn in Charge. It is a cool tone palette. And because I really don't believe I have any other cool tone palettes in my collection, now that I got rid of the few that you saw, I'm going to keep this little quad right here. Yes, keeping it. This one is going to go. It's called The Secret Life of Scorpio. I've used this a ton. I took this one traveling as well, and I used it a ton. But you know why? Because it's colors that I really love. And I already have these colors. So this one is going to go to a new home. I also have this one, which I know I used a few times. It's called Sparkler. And I really love this palette. But again, I have these shadows in at least 16, maybe 20 different palettes. So at what point Do I need to keep, like, at what point, you guys? Like, either I keep this one and get rid of my Lorac. Do you see what I'm saying, you guys? Are you with me? Are you seeing this? Like, there's a theme here. It's the same thing over and over again because I use the same colors over and over again. You hear me trying to talk myself out of it? I'm keeping this palette, you guys. You knew that was coming. I can't do that. I'm keeping it. I mean, I could get rid of it, but I'm not going to do that. It's not happening. This one, on the other hand, can go. It's called Really Ruby. Again, I got a lot of love out of this palette as well. But, you know, I have this 10 times over. So that one can go. And do you see what I mean? Like, here's a lighter version of this one. It's just, like, this is ridiculous. I'm getting rid of this, whatever it is. Beachy Keen. Again, just more neutrals. It's got to go. This one is Sure Thing. Really beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. You get the point. It's got to go. I love these little quads, you guys. I've used the heck out of them. You can see there's dents in most of them. This one is Tender Loving Cancer. I'm getting rid of this one as well because, surprise, it's purple. And this one is also broken. Wow, I really tore my stuff up, didn't I? This is Sagittarius in Flight. It's a really beautiful palette. This reminds me a little bit of, like, one of the Natasha Denona palettes, but I'm getting rid of it, so not keeping that. And this one also is going to go Citrine, You and Me. It's more of a Citrine color story, hence Citrine, You and Me, but it has to go. Okay, and we have another one here. Boy, this is all of them, isn't it? Big Leo Energy. And that's this one. This one has to go as well. Oops. Ooh, is that loose? No, it's not. It's just me. It's just me being me. This one I just opened the other day and did a video on it. Let me open it again. Or did I do a video on this one yet? Maybe not. I think I did, and I ended up keeping the box. Yeah, that's right. I said I was keeping the box because it's like a little collector's deal. It's one of the Lunar New Year palettes. This one is for 2022. And surprise! It's a neutral. Who's surprised? It's so obvious. It's ridiculous. This one is called Get 'em Tiger. I don't care that it's a collector's edition. I'm getting rid of this. Somebody else gonna have to love it. This is absurd. Like, it's ridiculous at this point, you guys. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here with that. Okay, so of all those little lucite quads, I'm keeping 3. These 3. That's it. As much as I love them, they are just too redundant for my collection. They're too redundant. Like, I have the same colors in my collection consistently. They have to go. This is one of my newer palettes. It is called Not a Box of Chocolates. I don't think I've done a look with this one yet. Maybe I have. This one is from ColourPop. It's not new, but it's new to me. And the palette does, yeah, I haven't done a look with this yet. The palette does come with a mirror. There is a shade in here that's a little bit flaky. I don't know why, but it is. And that's this one right here. No, it doesn't come with a mirror. I lied. So this is what the palette looks like. And it's neutrals. I know. I know. I know. That's why we're here today, isn't it? Because we're trying to curate my collection and make it a little less the same. But I do like this. It's brand new, like I said, to me. Haven't used it yet, so I'm going to keep this one. And plus, it's a neutral. You know? Okay, so I have this Milani palette. This is their, I'm really about to have a problem here. Hold on, you guys. Okay, this is the volume 120 medium to deep. It's their palette that you use like face, cheeks, highlight, bronze, shadow. And I love this palette, but I'm not going to keep it because I just have these already. I have them. So it has to go. I think I'm keeping all of the rest of these, so let's go through them. This is from MAC, and I don't know what this is called. It's the MAC, oh, MAC Art Library, and this one is called Flamboyant. And here are the shadows. I know. Here we go. I got my little burgundy fix going here, right here with this row. So we're good. We're covered. We're covered for burgundy. Comes with a giant ass mirror too, which I really love. What I don't like though is that the name of the shadows is on this little piece of plastic. Well, I guess they're on the back too, so I can get rid of the plastic. But I'm keeping this. This stays. And then all of my alter ego palettes stay. I will show them to you really quick. The ones that I have in front of me anyway. I think there's a couple others floating around. This is Canyon. And it is supposed to be a dupe for one of the Natasha Denona palettes. Yes, it's neutral. But it's warm toned. Neutral. Love it. Keeping it. This one is Shadow Kiss. Also another dupe for a Natasha Denona palette. This one though, if you noticed, can you see it? It's Cool Tone. Yay! So this is a Cool Tone palette. There we go. I have my fix. That is my Cool Tone fix right there. I also have this one in Blooms, which is another dupe for Natasha Denona. I think it's the Love palette. I have Natasha Denona palettes. I just don't remember what they're all called, but I know it's a dupe for one of those. So keeping that, which I already mentioned, so it's redundant. This one is called Goddess. I believe this was supposed to be a dupe for the Biba? Maybe? Possibly? Yeah. Okay. For this one, yeah, I'm keeping this one. I'm tripping. I know that I just was like, oh yeah, but I think I'll keep that for now, and then it might not make it next time. This one is Aurora. And that's what that looks like. You know why I really like these? Not only is the formula really nice and it's duping palettes that I already enjoy, but you can take these traveling, and if something bad happens to them, it is not the end of the world. I don't think I paid more than $20 for any one of these palettes, any of them. As opposed to the Natasha Denona ones where I had to, like, you know, donate blood. So this one is Harmony. I didn't really have to donate blood, you guys. That was a joke. Just a joke. And this is also another dupe. All right, so yeah, let's take a look at what we kept. Actually, let's take a look at what we got rid of. I think that would be a little more impactful. You guys will know what I kept because you'll see it in subsequent videos and all that fun stuff. But let's put these away. Wow, I'm so surprised. I'm actually going to have some room for my stuff. It's really okay. Give me a second here. Sorry, I know it's loud. These back and put these back. And there's one I think I'm going to change my mind on, you guys. And it's this one. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I know. I really love the color story, though. Maybe I'll keep it. No. Okay. I'm going to keep it. And if I don't do anything with this palette in the next couple of months, I'm going to declutter it when I do my next declutter. And there's going to be another one because, like I said, I have at least 2 more of these boxes that are sitting up there. And it's like, they're just, I need to really get rid of palettes. I have palettes that are sitting off camera right here I've never used. It's a big ass pile just waiting to be opened and used. So yeah, this is what we kept. And we're going to put that back on the shelf. There we go. And then let's take a look at what we got rid of. Oof. This is what we got rid of. All these. Can you see that? That's quite a few. So I feel really good about it. Not going to do that thing where I count them because it's not worth it. But just know, I feel so much lighter. I just feel like we're going to have to keep going through this, you guys. There's going to be another one of these videos coming soon. Not just for eyeshadows, but we need to do everything. Liners, lipsticks, like foundations, the whole 9. Until then, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate you. Thank you for holding me accountable too. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.